Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where we'll be covering, well, I would have liked to have covered the Dortmund game that's seen us go obviously through, but I just feel that's a bit, nobody wants to talk about that anymore. Nobody wants to think about that game anymore. We'll give our thoughts on the draw, but I mean, just for what we witnessed at Ibrox yesterday with the Motherwell result, that's what's on their mind. I think a lot of questions are getting asked to the gaffer, to the team, just the whole club at the moment in the league domestically. So we'll look at that. We'll see what we want to change, what's going wrong at the moment in the league, and then we'll look ahead to the next game, St Johnstone. We keep saying it every single week. The title of this episode is going to be Same Old Story because it is literally the same position we've been in, where we're 3 points behind. We're looking to the next game and think, we'll get a reaction and a result there. So hopefully the St Johnstone one is the one we get that result. But we'll talk about it. We'll get through it. And as always, you could like, subscribe and share about for us. Very much appreciated as always. So on to the draw then. Obviously, first name out the hat, Rangers drawn against Srina Zveda, as they're called, or Red Star Belgrade, as we all know. Quite an exciting draw, one that shouldn't be taken lightly. And it's obviously a couple of weeks till that game happens, so the Europa League fixtures are coming thick and fast. It's a good opportunity to get through in the next round of Europe, but looking at it on yesterday's basis, I don't even care about that game at the moment. If we get beat, we get beat. I just want to go and win every league game that we've got left.
The way it needs to be, mate, as I said to you, every league game's a cup final. It's an interesting tie, as you say. It's one where you do feel like potentially you could go through to the next round. The away ground looks, don't know if I'd want to play there, to be fair. But it's certainly an interesting tie.
Aye, that's pretty much it. So park up for a bit. We'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. But the main story, the main sort of annoyance, it's made me more angry, I think, than disappointed this time, because you always expect Rangers to drop points in the league now. I'm just angry at the way we went about it yesterday. Obviously, with the result previous, there's no secret we are desperately needing Celtic to drop points in the league. Like that's where we are at the moment. We've put ourselves in that position. Celtic dropped points yesterday. Everybody's buzzing. Team comes out. I just wish the players were more buzzing to get the win, because you think that would have done for putting pressure on the league title, heating up a bit, giving yourself a bit of steam going into the games going forward. Because now we're looking at St Johnstone, bottom of the league. St Johnstone have been absolute shite all season, and we're looking at us possibly going there and struggling. Like, it's just not league winning form at all. Like, I just don't know what's going on with how good we played in the first half. We clearly were up for it, wanted it, and then the second half we just went to sleep. Obviously, we'll cover that, the goals and everything as we go on. But first, we'll start at the team then. Obviously, it came out Lundstrom at centre half. I liked it when I saw it, because I was like, right, he played there in midweek, but he played there to shore up the back line, not as like he's going to be starting at centre half all the time. Like, I found, as I said to you last night as well, it was just that Jack Simpson starting against Motherwell the last time we played at Ibrox and we dropped points just kind of stunk it out a wee bit. Obviously, Fashion came in, Kamara came in, and it was largely still the same. And I think that's maybe some of the problem with these players. They can't play Thursday, Sunday all the time, like that type of intensity. Like, we need to make more changes to the lineup. Like, starting Scott Arfield for me, obviously Ryan Kent, Morelos will play their own way. I thought Kent looked a bit tired yesterday. Arfield looked tired. Lundstrom at centre half. You just don't want him to be there. You want him to impact the game more from midfield. I just thought the team selection was quite bizarre, to be honest with you.
I think the manager thought he was playing against Borussia Dortmund again, because I don't know why Lundstrom is at the back. You've got somebody like Leon Balogun fit and able to play. You play him. I would have preferred to have seen Lundstrom at the middle part, maybe take Arfield out of the team. I don't really want to. I mean, I want my boy Kemar Roof playing and all. I'm sorry, I feel like Kemar is getting disrespected constantly here, man. These are his kind of games, kind of scrappiness. As we said, the Dundee away game, I'm telling you, Kemar comes on, he gets a goal. It's his bread and butter, he loves that. I do agree with maybe some rotations in the teams, but also I would say there shouldn't be any excuses for me, really, with comparing Thursday and a Sunday. as you said, Celtic dropped points. It was a massive chance for us yesterday, and we blew it, mate. Simple as that. We blew it. Individual errors cost us. Nobody wanted to take responsibility for me in terms of getting the winning goal. Connor Goldson, his big elephant feet. I mean, good God, son, put the ball in the bottom of the corner. No, hit it right at the keeper. I'm sorry. I can appreciate the effort that you were actually wanting to try and go forth, but I mean, good God, you hit it right at the keeper, put it in the bottom of the corner. I was, as you said, mate. Maybe there should have been some changes in the starting lineup, but for me, there's just no excuses, man. This has been going on for too long now for me in terms of league form. It's shocking.
That is absolutely shocking. It's unbelievable the state we're in. I mean, when Gio came in, it was like rounding off win after win after win in the league. And then as soon as we came back for this break, it's just been so stop-start, so negative, so poor. The games against Hearts and Hibs was probably the best we've played in the league. I think that was the last time we even won a game in the league was against Hibs, which is mental to even think about. We're dropping points all the time. Like precious points as well. Think about what 3 points would have done yesterday for the title race. It would have been massive. We still sit 3 points behind. But I can't fault the team in the first half. I thought they'd done exactly what we needed to do. Go out, start fast, get a couple of goals. Looked good. I thought Fashion really started the game well. Constant threat down that right-hand side. It was just sort of a matter of time when he was going to score. Took his goal nicely. Morelos as well. I thought it was an own goal when I was sitting in the stadium. But again, really nice finish for him. Good delivery for Kent. We're in the best possible position we can be in. We're winning 2-0. Everybody's excited. But as soon as we came back out for the second half, we just didn't look bothered. Like, it was as if we're winning 2-0 anyway. It's the mentality shift was big.
That's the problem. It's just thoughts. Motherwell at home, 2-0, job done. No, I'm sorry, you need to go out there and win that. You need to keep the same intensity up, man. Everything that I seen in the second half at home at Dortmund, I need to see on the Sunday against Motherwell for the full 90 minutes. I said these league games never cup finals. I said to you, obviously, before I came on the podcast last night, what have you, about that kind of the game in the second half, as I said, when it was 2-2, nobody was taking responsibility. And last season when we won the league, obviously, we always got that bit of luck. The goal went in and we got the eventual 3 points just by luck. And I'm seeing that with Celtic, as I said, with the Dundee game at home, winning 3-2. I'm just noticing wee things, but just on us, honestly, I know we'll get on to him, McGregor and what have you, but the individual mistakes, man, that are costing us. I don't want to sit here and, for me, Gio's a gaffer. Gio ain't going nowhere. So if there's anybody out there that's maybe hanging about Gio, for me, I'm not going to be on that bandwagon now. I think the guy deserves some time to get it right and see what he can do with his players that he'll bring in the door in the summer. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm excited to see who Gio's going to bring in. I know the boy from Man U and all, as you said, mate, he's just, I don't think he'll play, really. He might get a couple of minutes here and there. I really feel sorry for him. He's a guy who has a lot of quality and he could have maybe offered a lot in that second half for us. But relying on players like Arfield, as you said,
that's where I need to come in. We cannot keep playing Scott Arfield at right wing. Why? When you've got Amad Diallo, you signed Amad Diallo for the sole purpose that we didn't have a right winger that was good enough. But as soon as we sign him, we revert to playing no wingers. It just pisses me off. Yesterday in the second half, we were crying out for some width. He obviously took Fashion off and he went more with an up-front approach. But Tavernier was playing as a right back and a right winger. At that point, just take one of the midfielders off or take Lundstrom off or something and just put Evan into it. I'm not saying Amad Diallo would have been the answer yesterday at all, but just give the guy a chance.
He would have offered something at least.
He would have offered something. He would have get a ball into the box, a shot, whatever. If that is when you're saying about Connor Goldson, hits it straight to the goalie. If that's Diallo, he's a striker. Does he get a better instinct to maybe score the goal? I don't know. But the fact is, the changes yesterday, that's where I'll blame Gio. I'll blame Gio for obviously experimenting with Lundstrom first half. It went well. Motherwell had no chance at all. But as soon as Motherwell scored, it's time to stop that experiment and get Balogun on, move Lundstrom into midfield or either take him off and just get more solid, because you could see, sitting in that ground, you could see that second goal was coming. I didn't think it was coming for a calamity of errors like it did. Sadly, I had to be reminded by the SPFL Twitter the day about the goal. So I watched it this morning. Absolutely comical defending for Connor Goldson and Tavernier. Tavernier, we were praising him so high on Thursday night. He gets that goal, you're so proud of him. 75 goals for the club and all that. when it comes to doing the basics, the both of them, Chuckle Brothers, and we've said that so many times, running into each other, not knowing where to go, not knowing to clear a ball, and the guy's through and goal, and it's so preventable. And then you look at Al McGregor in the goal. What is he just put a statue of him in the goal? Probably have a better chance we saving a shot. My God, Motherwell had 3 shots in goal. I think 3 shots in target, and they scored 2 of them.
Aye.
It's just the story of what's been happening.
It's shocking, mate, as you say, Chuckle Brothers at the back. It's kind of thing that's, for me, that does sort of stop the full-on praise sometimes for Tavernier, as you say. It's defending like that. I mean, for me, Connor Goldson, I mean, don't bother. I wouldn't bother. I'm done with the guy. I'm sorry. The sloppy passing, mate. Honestly, see watching him pass the ball, it gives me the fear sometimes. I mean, the comical errors he made on Thursday as well, by the way, which led to the 2 goals.
Again.
I mean, everyone else has been dropped. Listen, I'm here, I criticise Barisic and all that, and he's been dropped. Fair play. Why is this guy not been dropped now and all, by the way? This is another thing that annoys me. Aye, all right. If you're going on for me last season, what have you? It's not last season anymore. It's a new season. Drop him, please. I want to see somebody else play at the back. Honestly, chuck Joe Aribo at the back, because if you're going to chuck midfielders at the back, man, let's put Morelos in the net. How about that? Greggy Stewart flying back in, play him in the goals. I bet you he does a better shift. I'm telling you.
I know.
I've had enough of it, McGregor.
It's honestly like going to turn out like that if he's going to get their chance.
Honestly, see McGregor with these errors, man. Wake up, Sleepy Joe. You're playing in front of I don't know how many odd god 1,000 fans. Do you know what I mean? Wake up. You shouldn't be getting beaten your near post. I watched that with that club there. Melly gets beat at his near post all the time. It does my head. How does a goalkeeper how do you get beat there? Do you know? It's like the guy's half asleep in the net. I mean, I honestly see when you've seen the comical errors for him, for the Hearts, the Ross County game, and the Motherwell. I mean, how is he not getting dropped? Oh, he's a good goalkeeper. Nobody's not saying he's not a good goalkeeper. We're just saying he's past it now. We're all being honest.
The way to look at the situation with Al McGregor is like, there's no question about how good he's been for the club. He's a club legend. Nobody's saying he's going to lose all that legacy if we drop him. At the moment, sentiment goes out the window. I don't care if you played for the club for 10 minutes or 10 years. Like, I'm playing who's best at the time, and Al McGregor is shocking at the moment. Like, and it has been for weeks, as you say, looking back to that Ross County game, the 2 goals. Like, we would have won that game 3-1 if he could just fucking pick up a ball. If he could just receive the ball at a corner, we win that game. Oh, it's costing us big time. Is he actually saved us at all really this season when you think about it? I'm thinking back to, again, we talked about at the very start of the season, Robbie McCrory comes in for 2 of the biggest games of our season. Celtic at home, in Alishkert to even get into the Europa League. We wouldn't have beat Dortmund and whoever if we didn't have him in goals that day. And he's just, where is he? Like, he's been probably our most consistent keeper and he's only played 2 games. John McLaughlin's the guy that sits on the bench, signed a new contract. It's time for probably him to go and goals. He seems like the second choice. It's time for him, to become the number 1. I cannot stand watching Al McGregor in goals anymore, because every time there's going to be a corner or the team are throwing goals, I'm expecting a goal. Like, that should not happen. You should have confidence in your goalkeeper, and it's just not there at all for him at the moment.
No, and plus John McLaughlin's got better taste in movies anyway. I'm telling you that right now. Loves the good old Spider-Man. But no, listen, for me, he has to be dropped, and I don't. Oh, you're going on his reputation. As I said, you said there, mate. To me, it's the same all the time. I don't care what you've done. The main goal for the club should be to win the league and get the Champions League place. That is the main goal for this club this season. So I mean, you can't just say, oh no, we're going to throw that thing maybe because how long McGregor's been at the club and how fantastic he's been. Nobody's questioning that whatsoever. We're just saying it's time for somebody else to have a shot. As you've named off there, McCrory, 2 games and he's away on holiday. Seems like that's the guy done for the season. I'd like to see him come back in. Him and John McLaughlin need to be looked at. As you say, McLaughlin not put a foot wrong, can play with the ball at his feet, he's very comfortable there. And as I say, man, it's probably his time to get a shot. But I guarantee you, Jack, he probably won't. With McGregor and goals on the Wednesday. I just know it was. I think that upset me and all when I seen Gio's thing was when somebody was asking about the mentality and what have you, and he was like, nobody was questioning it on the Thursday. Mate, come on. I'm expecting better there. Do you know what I mean? Just call it what it is. Do you know what I mean? They're not putting in the effort. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, when that second goal went in and I'm watching them going side to side as they always do, which is beyond depressing at this point, and then go, here, you take the ball because I don't know what to do with it. I don't want any responsibility. It's frustrating, man. There needs to be a player in there that grabs it by the neck and goes and wins the game. It's just the way it is.
But we were
Get Greggy
unfortunate.
Stewart back now.
We were unfortunate, I think, to be honest with the two Morelos goals. I think one of
They
them
were
is
goals all day.
one of them is so marginally offside, and when you're a linesman, a referee, or whatever, you've got to give the striker the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes you get is he onside? Is he not onside? Goals, just no luck at all. And again, looking at the refereeing performance yesterday, it didn't cost us a lot in terms of decisions or whatever. Obviously, the two goals, if they were offside, they were offside. Fair enough. Just we've got no luck on that front at the moment. Like we grabbing a goal at that. The refereeing shocking. There was a time, and I think it was 10 minutes in, gets punted up in the air and he headers the ball, but it was Rangers attacking Motherwell, or it was the other way about. It was Rangers on the attack, and he gave it back to them.
Arfield, it was coming to Arfield, but and he gave it back to them, and it's like, what is this? Honestly, the sooner the better we have.
Every single foul as well. We're just going unpunished for Motherwell. Just
what was the one?
Shambolic.
Who came through the back of Morelos? Who swiped Morelos for the back? Was that Stephen O'Donnell?
I honestly can't remember it off the top of my head.
Off the top of my head, I think it was Stephen O'Donnell. He came through in the back of Morelos. I think he got a that was a red for me.
Mm-hmm.
Was that not a red?
Well, even if you're looking at a challenge, it was a red. The one on Connor Goldson in the first half, that boy went right with his studs up into his thigh. If you're going with that sort of approach, surely you've got to been given your marching orders. The referee shat it again, and it just felt like he never really had control over the game at all. And this has happened weeks on weeks, every single week. Same story. The refereeing, like the display, is abysmal every week. But obviously, we were unfortunate with the two goals getting in the net. But it doesn't take the fact away that we obviously drop more points. The onus has to really go on the players for me. I know a lot of people are criticising Gio, and I will criticise Gio as well for maybe not making subs earlier, maybe not adapting the game plan to go and get us the 3 points earlier, waiting until it was too late. He'll take the flak for that. But the players on the pitch, what was that second half? I need you to show me the exact same in the first half. It just stunk yesterday. The attitude sort of stunk. We're through in Dortmund, or we'll go 2 up and we'll just not do anything for the rest of the half. No, this is a league challenge, a defining moment in the league again that you've thrown away. It's not going to be like last season. I do feel like some of them are still living in that world where we were just untouchable. We were that good that no matter what happened, we were going to win. It's just not like that this season. The fans are not accepting that. I'm not accepting going this sort of fucking run. It's shocking in the league. The only positive you can really take for yesterday is Celtic drop points as well, so we're not really further away. That is really it. But it needs to change. It has to start with the goalie, and there has to be more changes throughout the starting 11 for me. Defensive wise, obviously, I think Balogun has to be a cert to come in. I wouldn't even hate the fact that a Hollander and Balogun at the back, to be honest with you. We've not seen it really at all. The two of them, Hollander's obviously solid, needs game time. Balogun's probably easily been our best defender this season. It's just he's unfortunate with injuries. That's the only thing with him. I would like to see they two probably more featured, because I'm getting sick of Connor Goldson as well, just getting goals away all the time. And he's similar to McGregor in the way that he'll shout and blame everybody else rather than himself. And I just don't like that at all.
What did I say to you, mate, on one of the podcasts back? See if I'm playing in the same team as him, I'm saying, listen, mate, I've signed the contract, I'm committed. I'm not taking any criticism off you, pal. You're going this summer, you're playing Notts Forest, West Brom, wherever you're going. Honestly, he does my head in. See, mate, he can't even pass a ball proper sometimes, man. It does my head in. As I say, mate, when we've been at the games, and when I watch it, I'm telling you, I'm looking at that passing, and it's just shocking, man. Who would, honestly? And then the countless errors as well, as you say, for him at the back, somebody should play the comedic music. Do you know what I mean? For the
Benny Hill theme tune.
Aye, it is shocking, man. Honestly, but I saw if he doesn't drop McGregor at least, that's a sign for me. Listen, I'll be honest, as I say, mate. But I wasn't really convinced when he first came in. He's won me around you, and I wouldn't be wanting to quickly go punt and hang me. But as I say, mate, it's all about winning the league title. Whatever we ever have to do to win the league title, that's the most important thing. I do think the guy does at least deserve to have another season and see what he can do with his still. As you're saying, he came in halfway through. He's not a full campaign with his lot. Do you know what I mean? He's finding out who the bottle
I
jobs
know
are
it's
anyway.
not
He's
even his
finding out
team.
who's got the bottle.
It's
Because I was looking at him. That's the thing I'm on about. I was looking at him when it was two hangmen and we were passing about and the camera was going on him sometimes. And he has that, he looks calm and he looks like, you could tell he was fuming inside, man. I hope he threw the gloves off and started smacking McGregor in the head, started scunning him all about and saying, we need Greg Stewart back because yous are all trash. Honestly, I just can't, mate. I can't do it anymore. Keep my roof and all for me. Get him playing on Wednesday. Wednesday night, that's his game. He loves the kind of games, I'm telling you. A player I'm done with though, and all by the way, is Kamara. I'm done with him. Sell him. I'm done with him. I know you love him to bits and all that, mate. But just for me, I know everyone's going on about Aribo as well because he's not been the best since he's come back for the African Cup of Nations. But I don't even know. I can't make any excuses for them. I just think none of them have been good unless it's Thursday night. To be honest with you, you should tell them they're playing Dortmund. It's the same as I said with Kent. You should be telling that boy's playing Celtic every week. He'll go out there and have a 10 out of 10 game for you.
Aye, obviously a lot of criticism will go to the players, and rightly so. I think Glenn Kamara obviously has been out the squad for good reason. The midfielders that have been playing have been better than him. He's had a really poor season, I think, obviously where he has been in last season he was really good, and then he's not really took it into this campaign, which annoys me because I'm a big fan of the player. I like him. But it's looking ever more likely that his future won't be at Ibrox, which if we get the fee for him, I'm fine with that because we can go and, as we've seen, Lundstram and Jack coming into that role. It might not be them next year, but there's going to be players that are going to be better than Kamara. Looking at Joe Aribo and all, Aribo's for a guy that was the top dog before the African Cup of Nations and all that to come back. And you could always rely on him to create something. He's just not doing anything now.
He's posting through the games, mate.
He's not doing anything at all.
Where's Ryan Jack? Where's Jacko?
Well, I heard that obviously it was his birthday yesterday. Maybe another sort of criticism. They sort of underestimated the opponent and left him out. Obviously, he's got a plan with his fitness and all that. I was expecting him to drop out anyway. I've also heard that he could have COVID as well, so who knows what's true. I think it's probably just the fact that he's dropped out the team, maybe due to his fitness and all that. Ryan Jack's a guy I can say for. He probably won't be able to play Thursday, Sunday, 90 minutes at the moment, so I expected him to drop out anyway. He's a big player for us.
You've got to manage him. He's the best midfielder at the club on his day. He's the best. I don't care what anybody says. It's important to manage him. I feel sorry for Davis and all. I really do. I feel sorry for Davo. What's going on with Davo? Why is Davo not getting a look in?
Nah, Davis wasn't even on the bench yesterday. I know. Looking at the bench, looking who was warming up, you should have Davis on that bench ahead of Scott Wright and all that.
I was about to say, how is Scott Wright on the bench with Stephen Davis? Isn't he on the bench? Do you know what I mean? How is that? I know everyone goes on about Sands and all. I've seen people saying that he's no good enough, he's no this and that. But listen, I think the boy's a decent player to bring on, and do you know what I mean? Maybe at the centre half position. I don't know. I just think
that's probably who should have started in centre half yesterday. See if Balogun wasn't ready. Start Sands at centre half. Again, another problem with just the Rangers support in general and just getting on our players back for no reason. What has the guy done wrong? Absolutely fucking nothing. What time has he got to play in the pitch? Barely any. Exactly. And he's already getting criticised for doing nothing. Like, when he gets his chance and he gets a run of games, then you can obviously criticise him, you can like him or not. But the guy's barely kicked a ball for his perfect opportunity yesterday, probably to chuck him in at centre half and see if he was up to it. Because the Lundstram decision seems even more baffling as you think about it.
No, it does. I've never once when I've watched John Lundstram, I've thought looks like a quality centre half, play him at the back. I know Gio wants to do the whole FIFA thing, but brother, save that for Europe because that kind of stuff seems to work in Europe for when it comes to the league, mate. Just go with the bread and the butter, please.
No, this is exactly what we need to do. Obviously, there'll be changes on Wednesday. I would like to hope so. But we need to play the best team. We need to give players chances now to go and impress because we can't stay so stale in the league. Like starting players like obviously Aribo Kamara, and they've been stale for a while. It's maybe time to look and give somebody else a chance. The player that I just don't see it is Scott Arfield. I see Scott Arfield as a good utility man to come on and sort of shoot up the midfield. No, I just don't think he's a guy that can start game after game after game and you get what you need out of him. Like, he's playing in an advanced midfield role. He's good sometimes. Even at the Dortmund game, he could have squared it to Kent and we could have been up 2-1. Like, I just don't feel he's the right guy to be playing that position. Obviously, when we changed to a different sort of system after the Old Firm game, he was playing more outright. He had a good game there. But I'm looking for somebody more natural to play out there. Obviously, it's a shame that Aaron Ramsey, again, has not really been able to contribute because I feel like that's the perfect position for him to play in. I really hope by this time, maybe Wednesday, Saturday, that he's in the squad and I want to see him playing. I don't care how injury prone he is. He's a quality player that can help us. I want him in the starting 11. Arfield's just the guy for me. I just don't see the quality. When you really need a goal in that, I don't see it coming for him personally. I like the guy. I do like Arfield. I've always liked the player.
Hey, listen, you like it. It's nothing personal. Like, do you know what I mean? He says he's a bad. He's not the option there. Do you know what I mean? I love Glenn Kamara as well, mate. But he's not been my cup of tea for me recently. But there was a couple of chances Arfield had as well. If I'm not hanging with you yesterday as well, I'm the same. I think he's a good man to bring in, and as I say, he's good for an Old Firm. He's one of them that will actually go in for it, give you a tackle, win the ball, win the 50-50s. But maybe yesterday, as you said, when we really need to go for it, we need to just go all out. That's as you said, mate. You hit the nail on the head. That's the problem. You need to give players chances, man. That's my whole thing here. Give the boy from Man United a chance. Give Sands a chance. If they have a run of games and they're not up to it, that's when we can judge them. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with Fashion. I love Fashion Sakala. I wish nothing but the best for the guy. But Jesus Christ, some of the times, mate, you want to just beat the guy and find an option in the box, just hit and hope. Does my head in sometimes and all, mate. I'll be honest.
No, he's the same for me as well. Like, watching him yesterday, I was happy to get his chance, his opportunity. It looked good, but there's just times where he's running down the wing for the sake of it and just hitting the ball for the sake of it. Like, he's not really a winger, I don't think. Like, he's good for the pace out there, but he doesn't really offer you the delivery or anything.
Well, listen, I mean, when the man scores his first goal against Real Madrid, I guess you can kind of play whatever you want to play. So, Fashion Sakala is going to be playing centre half, I feel like, on the Wednesday night.
Well, it's probably best to move on to that Wednesday night game then. The Motherwell was just poor. We need to move on. Again, same old story. We need to move on fast. We need to go and get a victory. We need to go and win a game in the league, and we need to actually start a fucking title challenge, because after this, I think there's only 9 games left. It leaves us with literally no time to be able to break up the points. That's what we'll need to hope for. St Johnstone away. If you said that last season, you'd probably been thinking, look, double cup winners, had a really good season. But it'll probably still be a tough game because we'll make it a tough game. We should be going there and we should be battering St Johnstone in current form. They're bottom of the league. They're scraping for points. I know that. But we should. There's no reason why we shouldn't be going there and battering them after the fucking shite we've had to put up in the league. We went and beat Dortmund in their own backyard. I want to see the same commitment. I don't care if it's Perth and Wednesday night. We need 3 points. The 3 points are valuable. Play that way to get them. Gio's got a lot of decisions to make, big decisions, big calls. Obviously, he's not been scared to drop Barisic in the past. He's not been scared to take people out of the team. So I really hope that maybe he'll make some changes and pick a good team to hopefully get us a victory. St Johnstone, as I say, they've been poor all season. They've had a couple of decent results. Obviously, beat Hearts. They could beat off Ross County at the weekend there. So this is perfect opportunity for us to get back on track. But then you say that we've not won a game in the league for 2.5 months away from home. Horrible viewing when you think about it. The last away league victory came at Hearts 2-0. That was the last time we won away in the league.
We played really good football.
When we were good. Don't get me wrong, we were good that day. The team that I would select going into this one, McLaughlin in net. It has to be. The change has to happen. Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun and Bassey. As much as we've said it, I just, going into a sort of title challenge and all that, I just cannot see Goldson getting dropped. Obviously, I would rather maybe have Hollander in there, but looking at the game and the sort of physicality you'll need Hollander looked shocking against Dundee United. He just looked so off the pace. Maybe bring Hollander on off the bench. Probably Goldson. Balogun, I'm happy to see him hopefully back as well. Had a good game against Dortmund. Can always rely on that guy. He's just a good defender. Midfield 3, Lundstrom, Jack, Aribo. Just get that back in the works again. Lundstrom back to his normal position, get Jack back. Aribo. And for my front 3, I'm going with Ahmad, Morelos and Kent. I would like to have Roof in, but I just don't feel that the system's going to change, and I don't really like Roof out in the right. If the system had to change and we had maybe Roof and Morelos up front, 100% go with it. But maybe that.
You had said to us, I know, last night about maybe playing Morelos and Roof up top with Ryan Kent behind them as well. I like that kind of idea as well.
I was trying to figure out how it would work though, because I wouldn't want Aribo as a midfielder. I would want Aribo more advanced. So I don't really know how it would work. I don't think he would go like 4-2-2. We just Lundstrom and Jack, Aribo and Kent out wide, and then the two of them up front. It'd be nice to see, because as you say, I think this is ideal for Kemar Roof. This is the game. Absolute scrap heap in front of goals. He's putting them in. He 100% is putting them in. Hopefully, if he doesn't start, he gets some minutes off the bench.
I think he would.
Hopefully, everyone's going to plan.
I definitely think you get him.
But Amad Diallo was a guy I'm looking to. I really want to see him start another game. He was good against Ross County away from home, and ever since then, just because he didn't make one pass, he's wrote his career off at Rangers, which I just don't like at all. I want to see him start. If it's not him, Fashion probably more suited out there. But especially for the height in this guy comes with, I want him to really make an impression on our season. We've got nothing to lose. Start him in Wednesday.
I respect him, mate, to say. I would definitely. I like the midfield, definitely, mate, and I like the front 3 as well. Probably at the back for me. One change, I know you're saying obviously because the title hang me and that, but I don't care really. I'm done with the guy. I'd play Sands. Honestly over Connor Goldson. I really would. I don't care what anybody thinks. I've had enough of the guy, and no, I really have. McLaughlin. I check MD goals. See if there's some fans there. That fancy going in the net. I'd want to play centre half. Jump in the park. Tell Gio, look, I'll jump on. He's a McDonald's or something for my wage. Actually, I can't watch Connor Goldson play football anymore. I can't. I just, it's honestly, mate. And it's the same with McGregor, as we say. Like, St Johnstone must be licking their lips at the moment. See if I'm a St Johnstone player, I make myself. They're there for the taking. They are there for the taking. The mistakes at the back, the mixed communication. If they wants to shout at everyone, no take responsibility. I don't know, if you're St Johnstone, you might be thinking there's a chance to get 3 points there. Just playing devil's advocate. There, guys. Sorry.
No, 100% agree with you. St Johnstone will be looking at this game thinking we can go and beat Rangers. We can go and take points off Rangers again, because look, we've drew against worse teams. Ross County, I felt, were worse than St Johnstone. Obviously, with the position there in the league, maybe they're a wee bit better this year, but we nearly dropped points at Dundee at the very, very start of the season. John McLaughlin was the guy that saved the penalty for us. Like, there's been times where teams have come at us and really done better than I thought they would.
I just had a thought. I just thought to myself, imagine Connor Goldson scores an overhead kick and then calls me out in the camera or something.
Do you know what? I hope he does. I hope he does prove me wrong if he starts.
I know, I would do,
stupid,
mate.
silly mistake. They have to stop, man. It's just, it's damaging.
We say it all the time. We say it all the time, but I'll criticise you, but I want you to prove me wrong, man. I want you to go out there and everything we get. It sees sometimes watching that passing, mate. Good God, man. It's hard, and as you say, with the mistakes as well, with the two of them at the back, man. I can't cope with this anymore, mate. We're making this really difficult for ourselves. Do you know what I mean?
That is the perfect way to look at it.
It's honestly, the one person that we're crying out, Jack, to have in the team is Greg Stewart. I don't care. It's Greggy Stewart.
A guy that would put the ball in the back of the net. Greg Stewart.
Ballon d'Or nominee. I'm telling you, the form he has shown in India. I'm sorry.
Nah, he's
how is a team like St Johnstone? How is a team like St Johnstone or that no going? Look, we need goals. We need somebody to put in the net. Get Greggy Stewart back over here.
I know. He's obviously. I'm happy that he's actually playing some good football. And he's actually at a place where he's doing well for himself because, as we all talk about all the time, like just a guy that I think everybody really likes because just never really got his opportunity at Rangers. So it's nice to see him doing well in a different country. Big risk for him to take as well, but obviously nice to see him over there. He could do a job at the moment, probably in defence or in goals. Andy Firth, I know he's still kicking about. I've seen him on the telly Thursday.
That's
seen he was on loan,
say,
but
is he not on loan at Partick Thistle and he's just stoating about Ibrox? How is that allowed?
As far as I know, he's on loan at Partick Thistle, but I don't know if that was maybe just like an emergency loan for a couple of games or if it's till the end of the season. I had no idea, but when I saw him at Ibrox as well, I was like,
what are you doing here? It was that Ricky Gervais one when he's in the bar. What are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But no, I just couldn't. I thought, what the hell, you're supposed to be on loan or something, you know? Why? How are you here? Robbie McCrory, isn't he?
I know. I know. The guys, I think he's played one game for his man. I don't know how he stayed for 3 years, but
it's banter, mate. It's a banter he brings. That's the only reason he's there. That morality he'll have. Do you know what I mean? He'll be one of the people that lifts the spirit in the team, as you say, playing Call of Duties and what have you. So aye.
Nah.
Any goals or assists this week for Greggy Stewart?
I don't know if we actually spoke about it at the last episode. They played Friday. Goal and an assist for Greg, winning the game and man of the match again, by the way. So, another stellar performance we can expect for the man. But obviously, I think we'll end this podcast on what Giovanni Van Bronckhorst said. He was like, "Oh well, this Dortmund game, people remember this for history. It's going to be such a massive result. People would remember it more if we win the league." Just saying. I don't care if we beat Dortmund. If we win the league this year, I'll remember that for as long as I live. So let's get that done, and let's get it done now, Giovanni.
Aye, let's do it, mate. As you said, spot on. It's a famous night, of course. It's a famous night, but having that trophy in the hand is more important with them cigars, Cuban Cabars. Aye.
And let's hopefully we'll get a result on Wednesday. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we have a bit more positive podcasts. I hate ranting.
I know. Just a bit. Just another wee rant for me before we go.
Oh, sorry. You want to speak about Leeds, actually?
I do. I just want just a wee minute to talk about the man that won my heart, and he's going back to Argentina. I've got quite emotional thinking about him. Just thank him. Thanks, Marcelo. The spineless board for making the decisions. I only want to praise him and praise the club, and we're doing really well. But I don't think you sack a man that brought you back after 16 years when there's 3 months left, and all you need to do is win 4 games. But anyway, it doesn't matter because USA, Jesse Marsh is coming in the door, and mate, you've got a tough job after Marcelo. That's all I'm saying. But Giovanni, that's what we're all about here. Get that league title, son. That's your number 1 goal. Or you could win Europa League and automatically qualify for the Champions League and get the Super Cup, but the league's more important for me.
Definitely. I'm sorry to hear about your Marcelo Bielsa news as well. I thought it was pretty sad even looking at myself. So hopefully the fortunes turn in favour of Leeds. But I hope
they don't.
I feel like it's a weird appointment at the moment anyway.
It's called plotting, mate. It's called plotting. It happens in the gangster life, you know what I mean? You're plotting against the head boss for months. You're setting him up, bam, you shoot him. I know head honcho comes in, he thinks he's that good, but he's not that good. It was an emotional one, that's all I'll say. I did shed a couple of tears watching some videos back, and Marcelo.
Well, hopefully he does all right. Hopefully, as you say, we get this done Wednesday, getting a victory in the board, and hopefully it's more positive looking at it next week. As always, cheers for listening. If you could like, share, subscribe. If you could like, share and subscribe, very much appreciated. Hopefully we'll be back more positive like next week. So cheers.